What's going on, everybody? Pete Harmich here again. I know it's been quite a while since I've done one of these live videos, but I just feeling to share just a little something on my heart. I've been thinking about um, when it comes to church and ministry, and you like people who aren't involved in ministry don't really realize the commitment and sometimes sacrifice that it takes to be involved in any kind of ministry, whether you're a pat whether there's whether you're talking about someone who's a pastor of a church. That's a whole nother level of commitment and sacrifice right there, because they're busy preparing messages, doing counseling, visiting people, and reaching out to the people that come to them, and sometimes they're trying to maintain the physical church building as well, and that takes that's a lot of commitment, a lot of sacrifice away from away from family, wife, kids, all that. And another thing I really thought of was thinking about now that, as just a little bit of background, I'm back. I for the last for 2 weeks now, I've been back playing drums at the church that I attend. And I don't you don't realize, like, when you're on a worship when you're a musician or singing or and any involved on the worship team in any way, there's sacrifice there, because it's like most you don't just sit there and expect, hey, oh wow, we got these great, oh, all these musicians and singers are playing all these songs, they're playing great. It doesn't happen overnight. You got to there's time for there's time for practice, and that doesn't happen. Sometimes it happens on a Sunday morning, but sometimes there's extra time you have to spend during the week to practice the songs, and which in turn kind of can sometimes take away from other things. But it's just takes a lot of it just takes a lot of commitment and sacrifice, and I feel like some people need to realize what to be involved in any type of ministry, whether being a pastor or associate pastor, youth pastor, any type of pastoral leadership, board member, worship team, any kind of anything in the church. It takes a lot of commitment, and there's a lot of sacrifice, because there could be a lot of other things people would rather be doing, but they're feeling led to be involved in the church in whatever capacity that the Lord tells them to. And I just really felt some you just don't sometimes I just really felt to talk about that, just because, like like a normal parishioner, what they walking into church, they don't real sometimes they just don't sometimes they don't realize. And and I respect any person who feels the call of God to be a pastor or be involved in the church in any way, because I know the commitment. I know the commitment and the sacrifice that it takes. And I just really felt to I'm just kind of thinking out loud, kind of just sharing what's on my heart. And it's like if you feel called to being involved in ministry in any way, just realize there's a lot of commitment, a lot of time, and a lot of sacrifice of your time. You're not going to be able to do do all these other things. You're not going to have as much time with your family, or if you're married with your wife or husband, or if you have children. Sometimes it takes away from that time. But there is a balance. There is a balance to all of that. Sometimes, I mean, we want to be involved, but sometimes you just got to realize sometimes it's okay to say that two-letter word no. There's some you don't have to be involved in every little thing. I just and I've had to learn that I've had to learn that the hard way. Well, one of my longtime friends, who's who has since went on to be with the Lord before he passed. He saw how I was involved in so many things, and he just really felt to say, "Hey, Pete, you're way too busy." And coming from my friend, I really took it to heart, and I'm like, I started really praying, like, what do I really need to be involved with? And because every you get involved in like five, six, seven different things or whatever. I'm just saying, for example, you're not gonna be able to really put the time that into the things that you should. Okay, but I just really felt just I won't have anything written down or anything like that. I'm just kind of shooting from the hip, just kind of sharing my heart. I've been having a little time with the Lord today, and I just really felt to really talk about that. Just like a lot of people don't realize the commitment and the sacrifice it takes. That like I mean, it's not they're not like. It's just the fact that some people just don't realize how it's not easy, whether being a pastor or a musician or whatever. There's commitment. There's a time to learn. It takes time to learn. Like as a musician, you have to take the time to learn the songs, and or as a pastor, you're putting a lot of time and prayer into the messages, and like if you're ministering to other people, it takes lots of time that's time and prayer to be able to speak into people's lives, those things that what they need for the time, and I just really felt I just kind of thinking out loud and sharing my heart. But I just want to encourage us. Just anybody who goes to church, you walk into a church, appreciate the pastor and the leadership and the musicians and everybody that's kind of helps out behind the scenes, because all that working together, it takes a lot of commitment and a lot of sacrifice. And sometimes people just don't realize that, and I just really felt to just share that. Anyway, I'll stop rambling. So I hope you all have a great rest of the day, and more than likely, I don't foresee myself being up. I'm doing another one of these before Christmas, so I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas. God bless you all. Bye-bye.